Hello everyone, I'm Lennoxo, and today we are going to be talking about a very serious topic that has happened recently. It involves around Willdog. Didn't think I'd be saying his name before, but yeah, it's this video is going to be about a topic involving Willdog and drama with my good old friend Josh, aka Mr. Pizza. He's also another YouTuber as well. He's pretty much I've mentioned him a couple times on my channel. It's the same with Willdog, same with both of them. And I want to explain the context first of the drama because if you don't know, Josh has made a video about this regarding about what has been talked about and a lot of the details that have been mentioned on the Discord of a server of ours of where the drama happened specifically and all those things. And I want to talk more specifically about what has happened to it first because when I saw the drama like firsthand, because I was a little late to this. I was a little late to this because I was busy doing focusing more on towards my college, focusing more on being the trying to survive the college year since I'm already a senior now, which is or sorry about to be a senior in next semester. So yeah, I wanted to delve more deep into it, and because I would say that from how I saw the drama specifically is it seems that obviously there was like two sides of like what the drama was dealing with. One was like supporting like Josh, Mr. Pizza, being like, oh, he was doing well, he was trying to stop the drama from happening and do all that sorts of things. And trying to keep everyone like out of like trouble from what was being discussed in the server that we have is like a friend group chat with me, Josh, a bunch of other very famous people as well. E-Pro, I feel like I've mentioned him on the channel before. So yeah, but then I see the other side as well with Will. I kind of see with how he tends to joke about things and go by with his actions and wants to make people think of what he wants to say on online. That's why with me specifically, I tend to analyze both of the sides, I would say, because I'm not either one. I'm more of like a neutral to this. Like, I really don't have like a leaning left right to the opinion. Like, I don't lean more towards the left side or towards the right side of what I find, what my opinion is with the situation that's been going on. I'm more like in the middle. So, if that makes sense. But yeah, so first, like I said in the beginning of the video, I want to describe the context of what happened first. I will link Josh's video in the description that basically talks it more in detail, but I just want to give the bread and butter of it. So, if you already are aware of the drama or already know that's been going on, I recommend go through this timestamp right here. Uh, basically, I'll be talking more about some advice that I want to give to Josh and to Will regarding of how they should have handled the situation differently and that the situation could have honestly been blown out less out of proportion, to be honest. So, but anyway, I just want to describe the context for it. But again, like I said, yeah. So this started yesterday, I believe, at around 2:23 p.m. And it basically talks about Baron Brett, of another friend of mine who has been on my YouTube channel before, and I've done a few. I think I've done a few videos with him as well, but other than that, yeah, he was basically talking about how he has been dealing with suicidal thoughts. It's a very big thing for him because he's trying to recover from like therapy and all those types of things, and was really just kind of venting about it, which is fine, I guess. For me, it's fine, but for like, if other people, I'm hoping it's fine for them as well. But yeah, he was basically venting about like a lot of his how he's been feeling and stuff. And then if you go all the way down here, it's a message that Will sent, quoting hype, basically indicating that it was quote unquote good that he should do that. So, and of course, this causes a lot of people to ramble on as goes. No time to joke. Yeah, and then obviously gets Brett kind of in the middle of it, and then obviously it comments Will saying LOL, and then Josh comes in. Will Brett is pretty much suicidal at times, which is kind of true. It's a very bad mental thing that he kind of deals with, and he's trying to get better with it. And I'm wishing him the best, by the way. Then he goes with womp womp. Gosh, just reading these messages, I swear. And it goes down, and I believe at around this part is where Josh kicks Will out of the server. That's pretty much what the context is. It was basically Brett had very suicidal thoughts, and he wanted to like, talk to some friends about it, basically saying that he was not feeling well to good, and that now he's been getting therapy with it and things like that, showing that he's like trying to get better with how he's feeling. And Will comments hype on one of the messages that he sent, and yeah, that's pretty much it within that stance of like how Will was kind of basically joking about this, like him having suicidal thoughts. So that's kind of where we are right now, and now why everyone's freaking out about this. And yeah, so I would say that's pretty much it with what has been going on with the drama specifically of what. So I'm hoping that explains it. But again, I'll link Josh's video in the description below. Kind of give him more of a detailed explanation about it, because he was there because I wasn't there when I was dealing with the drama, so he would probably know a lot more than I do. So basically, this part I want to talk about. I want to talk about specifically with some advice that I want to tell specifically with Josh and Will, both of them. And I know that there's like different types of like varying opinions where like, oh well, Will was in the wrong, and then there's some other people, well Josh was in the wrong. So it's like, and for me, I'm just not that type of person. Like I say from the beginning, I look at both perspectives and see what have the rights, like what decisions they were making along within the drama that was being dealt with, and seeing what they wanted to like become with this and wanted to like actually like achieve for this, like, or to end specifically, since like we don't want drama to continue. That's why we want it to end. So I'll say this. I'll talk. I guess I'll talk more about some advice that I would like to give to Josh specifically. Um, One thing that I will say about like the drama and all, like trying to build like, because I feel like yeah, I'm gonna be talking more specifically with like Josh, like face to face. Like if you're watching this, Josh, like I kind of want you to take this advice, because, and don't take it as like an offense to anything. I want you to like take it as more as like me caring about you, because I think that you're really motivated into creating a good community with friends that you know, and there's sometimes certain decisions that you have to make that might seem kind of bad, and I just think it would be good if I, like, as a friend, if I were to give you some advice on things that should have been done better. I'll get into Will's case later, but I want to more talk specifically about you, Josh, about what's been going on. So I'll say one piece of advice that I do have with the group chat that we're in, that you actually mentioned in your video about the group chat, the server, all the people that are in it. One thing that I kind of found of a bit of a red flag from the beginning of when you invited me into the server, is that you didn't have any like set rules in the Discord server. And to me, I feel like that is something you should always have when you're having a group of friends, specifically because I believe you said that this was mainly just for like, just to just be like a friendly group chat thing, a friend group thing. But it seems to me that from what the server looks, it just seems like it's another like community thing where you're just inviting as many people as you know. Because I know you want the server to grow specifically, because there's a lot of friends of yours, and probably, more people that you're thinking of that you want the server to grow. And I do appreciate you for that. But I feel like when you invite a lot of people to a server, it's always best to have some rules, because when it comes to someone like new joining, like let's say for I'm gonna go from what Will was thinking. Let's say Will joins the server and I'm just going by like hypothetically. Let's just say he's looking for the rules in the Discord server, and then he realizes that there's nothing in there. There's no rules saying that. So basically, it's indicating that he can joke about anything, that he can basically just say whatever he wants, that he feels like he's at the comfort level of making those certain jokes, and feels like it gives him a thought of like he thinks that the people in the server have the same humor that he does. So I'm hoping that makes sense with it. And I always think that it's just always best to have rules, because I think with the amount of people, because you have a lot of people, I feel like you have a lot of people in the server, and when it comes to moments like that, it's always good to have like some like guidelines or something like that that basically indicates people that like, oh shoot, I shouldn't joke about that, or oh, I should have not have said that in the messages, something like that. Because when you have a lot of people in a server like that, it tends to get chaotic. There's always some sort of thing that could happen badly with that, and I just think with rules and guidelines, it can help rectify that, like can help stop any sort of thing that can happen like that. So again, I'm just giving us some advice here specifically about what should have been done. And like, I want to use a one particular example, Epro, aka Ethan. He's another friend of mine. I'm explaining a lot of people now, and like it's crazy of how many people I know now. Uh, I want to explain specifically with Epro. If you, I don't know if you still watch my videos, but uh, I noticed in your server, if I can go back here, you have a chat that says rules on it, and it basically talks about respect Discord terms of use, be accepting of each other, no racism, sexism, ableism, homophobia, transphobia, respect others' opinions, use each channel for their intended purpose, do not self promote unless doing so of self promotion. It's basically just a gist. Hold on, sorry. It's basically just a gist of like what can I joke about and what I cannot joke about. And I think with that example specifically is that if you have something like that, it'll give people a better understanding of what they can say in a Discord server, because it wasn't like, and again, I'm not trying to like excuse the fact that him joking about that stuff was good, but it builds a better understanding of what Will was thinking and being like, oh shoot, I should probably not joke about that. And like, like with IRL, like friend groups that I have like outside online, is they always have rules like indicating what you can say or what you can't say, any of those types of things. It's always a good indicator, because like some people are not always fortunate enough to remember what they can say or can't say. It's just not. And with that, it's just like if you have something that's like written like as a message, and like it imprints it in your head that like, okay, I can't say anything about it. Again, I'm not trying to justify it for him joking about that, because it was his own action doing it, but I'm saying to prevent it from happening again, I feel like it would be better to have rules indicating that he cannot say those types of things. So, and especially since like you're probably wanting to invite more people into the server, so there's more, it's like you're increasing the chance of more people to say those types of things, because with more people it gets more chaotic more, and I've learned that personally. So a second piece of advice, one thing that I've learned in my personal life, from 21 years now, which is crazy. I can't believe I'm still 21. Something that I've learned is that you shouldn't always assume that they're trying to mean something. So let's say, for example, Will, he was saying hype to Baron, talking about his suicide. And immediately, almost immediately as he says that, you push the brakes, and I'm like, whoa, 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 you can't joke about that. So I would say with that, don't always think that they're trying to say something that what you think they mean, because I think it's not like I don't think it's good to fall under an assumption of immediately thinking that, oh well, he wants Baron to commit these horrible things. He wants Baron to do this. And regarding of like if he was joking about it, then I feel like it could have been not much of a problem compared to you thinking that he wasn't joking and that you really thought that he really meant these things that he said. And I feel like you could have communicated that a little better, like ask him like if he truly did mean that he wanted Baron to harm himself, because I think that will like show of how it will show more of like how Will's thought process was, of like how he was thinking when he said those things. And I just think that's a better way of going about it. Like, don't always assume that they mean what they say. Like, cause, and you can't really decipher that from just like a text message. You can't really do that. So it's just like, I would say just don't think. Know if he actually means that he's saying that he wants Baron to like hurt himself. Don't think that he would say something like that. So I would say that's pretty much it with what I have to say. Because like I would say, because there wasn't, I saw in the video, like there wasn't any like substantiating evidence of like him saying, "Oh, I want Baron to do this to himself, to do something horrible." Like there's not really any evidence that, clarifying that, and like your video saying something like that. It was just more of like, oh, he was joking about it, so it wasn't really as much of a big like. Again, I know I keep repeating this, but I know it's not good for him to like joke about like stuff like that. But I'm saying like immediately assuming that he was being real about it is just, it makes the situation worse when you assume those kinds of things, because that's a huge topic to assume, because it's about mental health. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about with Josh. Again, hopefully you can take this advice into consideration, Josh, and I'm hoping that it helps you advance a little bit more of what you can, of what like you, how to handle situations like this a little bit better. Because like again, I've known you for like 6 years now, and you've helped me with like my YouTube career like a lot, and inspired me to make videos like, and even though I don't make as much now, it's still the influence of me trying to be like wanting to put videos out there like this that help me more confident and speak more towards my opinion about that. So again, I just want to compliment you on that, but like I said, I want to give back to you as well, giving this advice to you specifically. And yeah, I'm hoping that you don't take offense to that, but that's just me. So, but anyway, that's all I have to say for Josh. Now, the Willdog. Will, I have to understand from your perspective a lot. So let's say Will, I feel like there was a lot of things that you should have considered when it came to saying something like that on Discord, because I know I'm imagining what was going on in your head is that you wanted to be funny, you wanted to like do whatever, you wanted to have people like turn their attention towards you. I feel like you want to have that and be like funny, like make people laugh and stuff. And I get that. Like I think you're pretty funny. Like I'm not gonna neglect that. I think you're a really funny guy. You have made me laugh a lot with the jokes that you've made, I would say. But I would say one piece of advice that I would like to give you about with your humor is that it's always best to share your humor with people that you like trust the most. And I'm talking with people that are like in the your lobotomy lover Discord, people that are in your community, like people like Red, Pat, Nick, all of your close friends. Those are people that you can share jokes with. Like that is completely like, even me, like I'm completely fine with you saying jokes like that. Like it's just, I've grown to a point of like maturity where like those certain jokes don't really like, they don't really offend me, or like if it's something that has to do with my personal life, it's different. But it's like if it's something that's like not really attached to me that you're like making a joke about, then it's not really gonna affect me. So again, like I said, always say like joke about things that for to people that you trust the most, like people that you're really close to. Because the problem was you joined a server, the friend server with me, Josh, in it, and you chose to joke about a very bad topic, I would say, and immediately assume that people were sharing the same humor as you did, which is which is a path that you don't really want to go to. And I feel like if you focus more on that and being aware of the people that you are talking to, and being more aware of the people that you're talking to, but also being aware of the people that you're trying to be funny with, that it will help you. It'll build you up to being a better person of what other people find funny or don't find funny. And I feel like if you go upon that stance specifically, I feel like it would actually make you a lot more funnier that way if you had a better idea of how people want things to be funny, rather than just being like, well, I'm just gonna assume that everyone thinks my humor is the same as everyone else, so I'm just gonna be joking about that. So that's not something that you want to do. I have learned that in my personal life, like of joking about things. I tend to learn that joking things about people that they might not find funny isn't always a good idea. It's always like I said, it's always good to joke with people that you are really close with, because then they understand your humor more, rather than just being like with people that, because you really don't know a lot of these people, honestly, like in the server that Josh mentioned in his video, and with the friend group chat that we have, it's honestly not a good place to have the same joke format that you've had in so many years ago to, and now apply that to people that you don't know with. So, but yeah, that's just my opinion on that. And like, because there's always a time and place when you joke about those types of things, and being more self-aware of that will help you grow as like a person, I feel like, with that. And try not to be as like ignorant in those things, because like, and honestly, like, if you do things like that, where if you have a better idea of what people find funny, then I feel like other people that are like influenced by you, or like, Josh, let me use Josh for example, like, he gets influenced by you a lot. Like, he has made videos with you specifically and things like that. And I feel like if they had a better understanding of what you find humorous, or like of like a better understanding of like what jokes are not okay and okay, then it builds more respect to the people that are like trying to respect you. So, and I just think that's a better way of going about it. So like, it helps with the people that you're close to build off more of the trust that you can by having better acknowledgement of that. So that's just how I view it. But yeah, I think that's pretty much it. Again, I know I keep repeating this. Like, I truly do care about you guys. You, both of you, have helped me with my YouTube career, but also with like maybe a little bit of my personal, like, with like self-confidence and trying to be more apparent with some of the opinions that like I make, and be more self-aware. That's the better way of saying it. Be more self-aware of the opinions that I make, and knowing how I should go about things in life. And it's honestly helped me a lot. Like, even when I'm even behind, like, disregarding YouTube completely, it's helped me a lot with you guys. And I just want to say thank you both. And because of like how much you have done for me, it's making me want to make videos like this, where like I want to help you guys now, because you have helped so much for me. So I want to do things like that. So like, give advice to this, like give advice to you, Josh, keep the things that I said, and give advice to you, Wills, like keeping the things that I said as well to you. So, but anyway, oh, a little side note thing that I want to mention as well. I was originally gonna record a video with Will, but that didn't end up happening because of all the drama that spewed down. I kind of did that specifically because I wanted to stay away from it, because like, the thing that I worry a lot about with rumors, or like anything, like any sort of thing that happens with this, is that if I were to record a video with Will, like if I were to do a video with him, people would probably think that, oh well, Lennox is still friends with the Will guy, and he hasn't. It's not good to be friends with someone that hasn't learned from their actions and stuff. But I'm like, I'm a pretty understanding person. Like, I understand about what they were trying to think, and what they were trying to say out online to people, because like, again, assuming things is very easy. Like assuming something that like you think that happened is like very easy to do. And I feel like having the logic, just if you, as long as you have like the logic and common sense of what you are trying to help in the situation that you're trying to do, I feel like it's very good to have that knowledge and to be more apparent of that. But again, like I said, that's why I specifically didn't want to record the video with him, because of the drama, and I feel like people it makes I feel like it makes people think that like, oh well, you're still siding with Will and think he's in the right, and that's why you're still friends with him, making these videos with him. It makes it seem that I'm like one sided to what, like, Will is, and I don't want like I'm an open minded person. I always consider what other people think and what other people like. I'm always open minded just like that, and I'm not always leading out to one side and just agreeing entirely. But like I always think a lot. That's the moral of the story. I always like to think a lot of what um of how a situation boils down. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully, Will and Josh, hopefully you take the advice into consideration, and oh yeah, and hopefully you advance in your YouTube careers. Like honestly, I'm counting on it. Like with you, Josh, and Will, and hopefully you achieve a lot within your life, and trying to make sure that nothing goes wrong, and always being positive, because that's just always like a golden rule to have, is always stay positive and not trying to have moments like this where you're trying to where you're trying to like hate on everyone. Like that's just what it seemed like on me. But yeah, again, like I said, I wish both of you the luck. And also, Baron, I know I didn't really mention you a lot in this video, but again, little side thing, I'm hoping you feel better. Hopefully, you get the help that you need, and I just genuinely hope that you, because like I think that it's never good to joke about that. Like I said, it's never good to joke about that, and I gotta understand like how Baron felt about that. Like someone joking about a topic like that, it could do a lot of mental hurt for that, and it's a lot of information to consider when it comes to situations like that. So, but yeah, hopefully you enjoyed this video. Um, Hopefully you got like a little life lesson from it, and maybe some takeaways that came upon this. So just something to learn, because we always learn every day, always learn something. But yeah, that's all I gotta say. And as always, I'll see you in the next video, guys. Reese's Pieces.